Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
The OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the OR Forge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
All right. Where are we at? Whoa.
You got caught with a bite in your mouth.
Different time zones. Dinner happens a little, at different times here on the East Coast than it does in the Central time zone. So, welcome everyone. Episode 76. What up, Sean? What up, Lucas? What up, Eric?
What's up?
KE in the house.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Good, bro. What's up?
Hanging in there with all the billions and trillions of warriors out there. Every hour with us, we do appreciate hour, half hour, however long it's going to be. What's going on? What's going on, fellas?
Another day, another delight.
Ooh. I haven't had the delight yet of playing the new alpha version. If we're in pre-alpha, or alpha version. I have not yet had a chance, but I will definitely try to do that either this evening or tomorrow. But I hear it's good. I hear it's better.
They're setting the framework up to where we can get some beta testers in here pretty quick to get some feedback in a more organized fashion than what we had previously with OP.
Oh.
So there's a separate site to manage some of that information, kind of collect it more effectively than what we had previously. So we're excited about that opportunity and to share that going forward.
Awesome.
Deal.
Yeah, nice little portal, man. Just jump in there and sign up and download and go.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday to our Army guys. Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
the
Army.
Yes.
Happy birthday to the Army.
What's that magic word, Eric? Say it.
What's that?
What's that magic word?
Hooah.
Hooah.
Now, there's a story behind it. I'd love for you to explain it because that was pretty funny.
It was.
Interesting.
I hate it so bad. I hate that word so bad. But hey, man, when you're young and impressionable, and your platoon sergeant comes up to you and he says, "You understand what I'm saying to you, private?" and you go, "Hooah," then that's it. That's a good enough answer. Hooah.
Hooah.
It's funny. I think you grow out of that when you get a little bit older, or you don't.
We hate it, man, but we're all laughing.
I think that's why I hang out with you guys. We haven't grown up yet.
It's
like I was telling
creepy
you guys before the show, man. That's yeah, right, exactly. It's like an answer to everything. It's an
me
answer.
go.
It's a question. It's a freaking.
Huh?
That's what it is. What?
Huh. Huh.
Did you ever have nightmares in the middle of the night and you whoop, wake up and you say that to the wife? Like, "Whoop, what did you say, honey? Whoop."
My wife punches me now when I say that, and I do it just to
Oh, my.
irritate her.
Oh, that's funny. So you
She's-
do it specifically to mess with her.
Yeah, of course. She's an army wife.
Sean's wife, if you're listening, sorry to hear
Whoop.
that you have to put up
Whoop.
with such shenanigans.
If she says, "I'm going to play volleyball," I'm like, "Who?" It's like, shut up! Stop saying that to me.
Ugh.
She knows.
But isn't that our job to annoy our spouses? Am I wrong? I don't. That's what I
Yeah,
signed
man.
up for. I thought I was signing up for.
Well, I think it fits into that same category as "Yes, dear."
Yeah,
Ah,
right.
Go ahead and say that with just a little hint of sarcasm in your voice sometimes if you
Yes,
really want to
dear.
get a reaction.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
die. You'll die.
Three back.
Add a little eye roll. Yes, dear.
Oh man, that's
It's a winner. I'm telling you.
A little, yeah. That goes over about as well as when I ask my wife to calm down when she gets upset.
Yeah.
Or
Sorry,
my favorite word is relax.
Oh, that
Won't you
That goes
relax?
over about as well as trying to give a cat a bath. That's rough, man. That's rough.
What?
Oh, we're just teasing everyone, boys and girls.
Hey,
ladies
for
and
those listeners out there, what do you say to your significant other to calm them down when they are angry with you? Put it in the chat.
that would be actually, yeah.
Twitch or YouTube, man. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
We should put it as one of our polling questions.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Speaking of,
Speaking of that hole, you like what I did there? Oh yeah, you did.
segued right into it, Armando. Good job.
Yeah, you do.
Lots of good feedback. Oh,
yeah. So for those who don't know, Lucas has been running about weekly polls, right, over in the Telegram group. Just trying to gather some feedback on Gen 2. Go ahead, man.
about every 3 days, I'll turn the content. I'm trying to get some atmospherics for the white paper 2.0 that's coming out, so that way the community can have some input on what's going on. So just keep participating. Let me know what your thoughts are. Most of those are designed to spur some conversations in the thread. The tokenomics really got some chatter going back and forth. So, as the poll questions come out, please participate, encourage others to do so. And if you have some thoughts on it, start generating some content in the thread to get some interactions going with other people. We're interested in hearing what you think.
Get your voice heard, for real. And I know that might sound cliche to say it that way, but we'd love to hear your ideas. We've actually gotten a lot of really wonderful feedback from the community, and we were just reviewing it. Matter of fact, before we got here before we went live. So interesting stuff. It's interesting to see some of those polls. They don't always. Some of them you gauge, you think you could predict where the poll is going to go, and you can't always predict that. So.
Trying to zoom in on one of them.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was looking for in the first poll question was like, what specifics in the ecosystem are advantageous, and does anybody use any of those opportunities within the ecosystem? Kind of went with an all of the above or none of the above as the easy outs to get people used to like commenting on some of the poll questions, so we could get some of the early jitters for participation out with some ability to not really commit to your answer. But then again, some people may like all of the above or none of the above, so those opportunities were in there. The subsequent polling questions kind of more oriented along the lines of use case situations that we were kind of back and forth on for NFTs and things like that with the Forge. So hopefully we can get some more commentary on those topics as well.
Awesome. Get in there.
I think that's always been
That's
always been the goal here, is to find use cases that kind of matter. You know what I'm saying? and I think you've seen NFTs kind of evolve and devolve and evolve over again over the past, 18, 24 months or something. But there's a lot more people involved in digital ledger technology, I think, now than there were, 2 years ago. I think it's a fair statement. Some of the largest corporations in the world are using distributed ledger technology, currently. We've highlighted those before, Walmart, some of the others out there. I mean, I think Walmart's pretty much all in on DLT right now, kind of with if you don't use it by I don't remember the date, 2025 or 2030 or something like that. I think it was 2025. Then you can't do business with Walmart.
Except,
Yeah, people realize the good of that immutable auditable record, and yeah, especially on the logistics side of town, it's just one of those really powerful things. I hope we see a lot more of that use case going on.
So is
Good.
Walmart knocking on our door to help them with that? I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice,
That was a plug for Walmart, by the way.
Walmart shopper, just saying.
Well, I just want to add one real quick thing. What you just said, Sean, I've been seeing it a lot more. I subscribe to just various like Facebook pages, Instagram feeds, and things like that talk about NFT, blockchain, hyperledger, things like that. I'm seeing it a lot, like you just said, like from 2 years ago. I saw some. I mean, obviously, we're a little more engaged in it, so you see it a little bit more because you're now signing up and you're a little more cognitive when you see that stuff. But I've been seeing it in, I guess, whatever you call it, Facebook headlines a lot more now than I ever have. Granted, I'm signed up for that type of stuff more now than I was, but you're still, like you said, you're seeing big names behind stuff like that. So it's interesting to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, I think when people and Nick loves to say, blockchain and DLT isn't for everything. Gives her some things that databases still do better, not maybe better, but faster certainly. And so I think as technology improves, and some of the previous conversations we had about quantum and all the rest of it, those are interesting conversations. We start to see what comes to fruition in the next, I think, even 5 years. We've talked a lot about AI in the Warrior Hour. I think it is one of those things in combination that are really going to, like, for instance, do you think AI is going to speed up the any of the operations on distributed ledger technology, the way quantum, promises to do also? It's interesting stuff, man. It's a really cool time to be in this business, so to speak.
in technology writ large. I mean, there's all kinds of neat cascading effects that come from all these new technologies as they come up with more use case opportunities for AI, for blockchain, for distributed ledger tech. It's really interesting. And some of our conversations that we have, it just sounds like something, like if an 8-year-old me was listening to, somebody talk about the future, it's exactly what some of these conversations sound like. It's really fun, interesting, curious stuff to be a part of. And that's what honestly motivates me to push that much further every day. It's like, holy crap, man, let's go out and explore what the wildest opportunities are that people are bringing to market. I'm starting to transition some of my free time to participating in investment opportunity conversations. So some of those, listening to other people pitch their opportunities for investors is a part of that. And you start to really see some just the creativity of man, and it's really cool. And it's fun to participate and fun to consume. So if anybody has any thing weird like that, come bring it out in the chats and let's talk about it. I love having those interesting conversations about that.
I would say too, the bigger, the weirder, the more seemingly impossible, the better, because we can make those put our heads together and make something impossible possible. But the weirder, the better. I say that's just maybe me, but because there's conversations of things where you're like, wow, they'll never make that, or that'll never happen. You can't put that together. This won't work. Whatever it is, I'm just generalizing, but the weirder, the better, man. Bring it on. I love this. Like you said, Lucas, is exciting. Exciting to see where we're going. Think like the 8-year-old me, the things that you read about. It's like the flying car. Everyone as a kid who didn't want a flying car, and now it's
I still want one.
Yeah, I never. I had, it was either a Popular Mechanics or an Omni magazine. It was something like, it was a science based magazine or
Popular Mechanics. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I remember I was a kid. I was in a doctor's office, and they were talking about flying cars being. This was probably like in the mid '90s or something like that. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have flying cars before 2000. I mean, we're getting there slowly but surely, like the Jetsons. But
Man, I'm waiting on the like the real hoverboard from Back to the Future.
yeah,
I'm waiting on the flying
glad
car.
you brought that
I'm
up.
waiting.
Yep, glad you brought that
Wasn't
up.
that who they went to for Back to the Future 2?
You know, every kid wanted one of those ones, that or and a DeLorean. But it was funny because as much as I wanted a DeLorean, wanted that hoverboard. When I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, please tell me they make that. You know, of course. To my dismay, they found out that it was all special effects, but still, you know, it's absolutely plausible.
I think DeLorean came out with a new car this past year, did they not?
No, did they?
Yeah.
It's an EV.
I know. I've read
Yeah.
someone bought the name and they bought the.
Man, I hope it hits 88.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, how about it, man? Get that flux capacitor warmed up.
1.21 gigawatts.
See, now that's another movie I'm going to watch tonight, man. Back to the Future. Another plug, Robert Zemeckis, if you're out there listening.
Ooh, I'd love
What
it. Looking at a DeLorean right now. Ooh, yeah. Anyway,
Are you really, man? Okay, so all right, came on.
DeLorean Alpha
How is
5.
the-
Sorry.
The digital mastering going with the record, Eric?
Good. We just heard both bands that Jimmy and I play in, both records that we worked on. They just so happen to simultaneously get finished right at the same time. Actually, pretty much in the same day. It's going well. It's this is where I feel a lot less useful in both groups because my ears are not as sharp as theirs. So when they hear, I don't know, they hear things. I'm like, man, I trust you. I can't hear it. The only thing I can hear is how much dead time you want in between songs, or if you want one song that kind of fades out and you know the next track fades in, things like that. That stuff's pretty easy to hear, but there's a lot of like tiny little, I don't know what I would call it, man, like these micro fluctuating sounds that I can't hear, man. So, but I was there. It was cool. We were at our rehearsal room last night listening to the masters of one of our records we're doing, and came out really great. You know, it was a moment. You know, because we had worked a long time on this record, man, a little too long, but we got to finish. So it was exciting. It was a sigh of relief that it came out better than we expected. So that's always good.
Jimmy
It doesn't
done.
always happen like that. You know, you record, you do, you know, you try to put this record together, and sometimes you're like, I would have done that different. I would have done this different. And this one, I think we got it right. I think so. You guys will hear it soon enough, man. Once we're finished soon.
Looking forward to it.
Little plug for Jimmy, who's out on tour right now.
Yeah, shout out,
country's
man.
in today?
Jungle Rat. So I know you guys have all been keeping an eye on social media, man. They're playing in front of some really incredible festivals, and I think they did a couple smaller, you know, gigs that were just them and maybe a couple other bands. But Jimmy was texting me this morning, in fact, asking me what time it was. What time is it over there? I'm like, oh, it's 5 a.m. and you're texting me right now, man. What's going on, man? Yeah, he wanted to say hi. He's having a lot of fun. Jungle Rot, you know, great band. Check them out. Great band to watch live too.
Isn't it funny whenever you cross the pond, it's all you have to do a time check to ground yourself.
Yeah.
What time is it in Chicago right now?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like you get that answer is like in the palm of your hand, but it's like you got to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just pretty funny.
Yeah,
Still do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What time is it there? Oh, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then Jimmy, I think his next reply was, "What are you doing up?" I go, "Well, you woke me up."
Thought it was an
I
emergency.
thought something happened. You know, I get worried about him still. You know, I want to make sure nothing happens to any of you guys. But yeah, he's doing well, man. The tour is going really well. Jimmy and the Jungle Rat crew are there.
That's one of my favorite questions too. Are you up?
Yeah, are you awake? Yeah, right
Are you
now.
looking at your phone? I guess now I am.
I am now. Thanks for focusing my attention at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, goodness.
Or dare I say it, man, those 3 a.m. texts. Hey, man, are you up? What are you doing right now? Want to go grab some drinks? Like, what? Nothing's open.
Sure.
The old days, the young me, you know.
Speaking of plugging the business, pre-order available today, right now, this second. If you want to get a copy of Within Front Lines ahead of anybody else, jump on our link I think our link is down, and if not, I'll probably post it in one of these chats here. It's withthem.co. It's right there in front of you. So if you're so inclined and you want to get an early look at this thing, jump in and get yourself a copy. $20. There you go.
$20.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, for the price of now 2 cups of coffee, you can order. You can all pre-order.
The price of 2 cups of coffee. Why does everybody in the commercial world relate every product to a cup of coffee?
Oh yeah, it's funny when you said that, but wait, there's more, because that was another great big. It was 70s, 80s, 90s staple in the infomercials. The ShamWow, I think that was one of the most infamous. But yeah, a cup of coffee. Like, what is that? For the price of a cup of coffee per day, you can.
Yeah, now $13.
Yeah.
You could have got a subscription to Columbia House Records.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You get 30
we're gonna
CDs.
revive that. You're talking about the DeLorean coming back. We're gonna revive Columbia House, and we're gonna mail you CDs that you didn't want, but we're gonna mail them anyway.
We're gonna send you NFTs every month. Boom.
I remember. I know one time I got a Mariah Carey the Christmas CD, and it's like, do I really? I mean, even if I enjoy Mariah Carey, she's a great singer, but like, wow.
Big question. You still got it?
No, I wish I did. I actually wish I did, because I think it had the Columbia House stamp on it. Oh man! But I know we talked about this already, but man, you're making me want to find it. I'm sure I don't have it, but I'd love to find the mailer they used to give you with all the stamps. Anyway.
The stamps. I remember that.
Yep. Yes. You had to put them on that little piece of paper you mailed in.
Now I'm actually, speaking of, since we're reflecting on the past here, I'm old enough to remember green stamps.
Green
What's
stamps.
a green stamp?
Exactly right.
Okay. All right. Wow. All right. I mean,
go Google that one up, boys. Green stamps.
Right, I mean, Sean, you are the tribal elder. I say that with all due respect.
I am the elder. Otherwise known as the old dude.
I feel like when I see it, I'll know it, but green stamps.
Hey, I've come a long way. I played Fortnite this week for the very first time in my whole life.
How did that? Okay, so my green stamps. I'm about nostalgia birthday. All right, I gotta look at that.
The 1 cent stamp. Is that what it was?
My niece just got her first cell phone, and they play Roblox, and I still don't quite know what that is. I should. I don't.
Oh my
S&H green stamps. Is that what that is?
That's the one.
All right.
What is it again?
Wow, man.
What was it again? Eric?
S&H green stamps.
Yeah, I'm
Here's
looking
what
at
happened to them.
Yep.
Hey, you can get 6 for $3.57.
What? That's funny. We should make green stamps into an NFT for the more seasoned among us.
They know what an NFT is.
Well,
not saying that you don't. Not saying that you don't. Just saying.
See, that makes me a translator, dude.
There you go.
A digital collectible.
Yeah, it was all about collecting. You get a little stamp book, collect your green stamps in there, and you get like a free trinket sometimes. It's one of those things. That's pretty cool.
God, a sheet of 100 is worth $6.
When you were growing up, you had TV, right? You were in like Ralphie, who had a radio. Just kidding.
Oh my God! Wow.
We're
not that old, man.
I saw the green stamp. I had to.
Man, all right. I don't know what that is, but that's interesting. I'm gonna do a little deep dive on that later. I've been feeling nostalgic lately, and I'm probably, I'm that kind of. I think we're all like that, especially the older you get.
That's right. When you realize there's more runway behind you than in front of you.
Man.
Kind of a
little different thought,
Yep.
It's like, am I running fast enough, or should I slow way down now?
Well, there's like what was it, man? I'll name a band. I'll just name something that a band we all know, Alice in Chains. I remember, and this was a while back now, so this even makes me feel even older, when somebody had told me, oh yeah, they're considered classic rock. It's like, what? I'm like, no way, they're not old. This is like probably sometime in mid 2000s or like 2010. And then I kind of sat and thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I guess that qualifies. But it took me a while to digest that,
Yeah. How long ago was 1985? How long ago was 1983? I'll make the math easy for you.
No, that was 40 years ago, right?
That's 40 years ago, bro.
That doesn't, oh man. And that was a great year, because guess what? That's when Return of the Jedi came out. That was the year.
Boy.
It was.
Revenge of the Jedi or Return?
Revenge. Here we go.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Another great one, man.
Yep. I can't. Jimmy's not here to defend himself, so we got to stay away from Star Wars.
No, yeah, we will. Revenge of the Nerds. That was another great one. And somebody had posted the picture of the music number that they did for the talent show, and somebody it was like a meme again, one of the memes. Which again, did you guys ever hear memes? And at the bottom it just said, "When people tell you you can't hear a picture," and when you looked at it, it was the whole group. You know.
Yep.
And it was funny because right when I looked at it, I could hear that song, man. That was one of my favorites, man. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, that was a good one. I used to love watching that as a kid.
Oh yeah.
So what are the kids watching now? I think here's a game changer, man. And I'll mention this one. Ready Player One. I wasn't even, the kid was like, "Hey, you got to watch this movie. You got to watch this movie."
Great movie. Great.
I watched Ready Player One, and I was like, "Is that possible?" And I think in a lot of ways, some of that drives what we do here.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, the ability to own and become, and I think a lot of people watched that when they started thinking about the metaverse, where that's going to go. What's hot in the metaverse right now? Has anybody heard anything about the metaverse recently?
Some topics here and there, man. It's not. It's funny
Bunch
you
of
mention that.
stealth stuff because nobody has any money to spend on anything anymore, man. The economy really changed the way people's habits let them interact with technology, and that's super exciting.
I think there was a lot of, this is just my opinion, man, but I think there was a lot more hubbub around the metaverse when people were cooped up and couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the minute,
Great. It's great.
the minute they lifted the, whatever you want to call that, people were like, I'm not metaversing anymore, dude. I'm going to the real verse.
Yeah.
I'm going to
And-
the
and
real
Cabin
strip
fever.
bar.
And you kind of see that with travel now, picking way back up again. People are just like, I'm tired of being in the house, man. I just want to get out. That's a generational change, because I think pre-COVID, everything was sort of, stay in the house. I'm going to play and again, I use my own family as an experiment on this one. It was like, I got to play every waking hour of the day. And then COVID happened, and I think people just got tired of it.
Yep.
Months and months and months of just doing that. Like, I got to get out of here, man.
Cabin fever.
Yeah. Cabin fever cured it.
What you just said made me think of this. It's like when you stay home sick from school, whether you were sick or not. For me, it was half and half. But when I would, you stay home from school, you're excited, you're watching TV, you're eating bad food, you're whatever. You're on the couch, and then after a few hours, you're like, man, I either want to get outside or I wouldn't mind being in school just to get out of here, And it's you start. I get cabin fever pretty quick. It doesn't take long for me to start feeling it,
Like when you used to hold the thermometer up to the light, like Ferris Bueller.
Oh yeah.
Get your mouth real quick.
Yep.
Favorite movie.
I got a fever.
Favorite movie.
I got a fever, Mom.
I used to lick my palms for clammy hands. What is that from, Armando? You should
Come
know.
on, man. Give me something better.
All right,
Ferris
that
Bueller.
was
I must have watched that movie 1,000 times. Literally. My favorite movie. It's a little childish and stupid, but then again, so is high school. Come on!
That's our tech is bad nowadays, man. They swipe that thermometer across your forehead or stick one in your ear or whatever. It's like, bloop,
Nope,
gotcha.
you're good.
Man,
Yeah, you can't get away with that now.
now you got to stick your
Back to
face up
black.
next to the light. That might actually work. I don't know. Hooky from school. Okay, let me ask you this question. What's the best hooky trick from your days in grade school or high school? Aside from, faking sick, everybody did that. That's no good one.
No, I don't want to. Well, I don't want to be too gross and nasty, but
Do it.
well, I just used to try to gag myself until my face looked really red and I looked bad, And I'm either sorry. I know this is going to sound gross, so warning for all the younger viewers. I would do that until I either threw up or it just looked like I was about to. My mom's like, "All right, that's it. We're calling your school." And then I tried, and then me being the thespian that I thought I was, it was like I would try to throw in that. No, Mom, I gotta go to school. I gotta go. She's like, "You're not going anywhere." And it was just one of those. All right, Mom, I'll listen to
Whatever,
you.
whatever you say.
Yeah,
Mom.
just gotta throw a little performance in there,
Kicking soap operas.
Yeah, right. What about you, Sean? You're smiling and smirking. You probably got a couple good ones, man.
Oh man, it was the same for me. I tried everything in the book, and my mom was kind of the BS filter on that. She'd walk in and give you that hard eye. She'd be like, "Nah."
Yeah, you're
Don't.
getting though.
But mom, and then I tried the old "I'm gonna freeze to death" on the way to school. That was actually a real thing. You know what I mean? Wasn't that far to school, but man, it was cold out. And it's like 30 below, or well, maybe not 30, probably about 15, 20 below. And she's like, "Look, just put an extra scarf on and get to school. You're gonna be late." I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't get a ride. Like, no,
You'll be fine.
you'll be fine. Walk through the alley. It's shorter.
Oh man.
Like, wow. Okay, cool. It was always an ordeal. I was quicker to walk to school than it was to try to start the car. Because it's 20 below. It's like, like I'm walking, dude.
Yep.
I always had to plan that. That's like carries over into my adult life. Here in Texas, it's not a big deal, obviously, but when I'm always way ahead. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got to leave like 15 minutes prior to the 15 minutes prior.
Archer, you have a high
Never
ranking
happens.
license
Start
plate,
early and nobody's
which
there.
actually
You're like,
brings your line of sight up
What's wrong?
and makes you feel as if
gotta like
the
deconstruct
butt
all that
area or
army
the
stuff out of your system at some point, man.
I don't think so.
40
I'm done in, man. I
muscle
try
power
to not care about time, but I got to tell you, if I'm a minute late, mm-mm.
Ah.
Mm-mm.
Yay!
Hey, whoa.
Who's that dude?
I'm
Yo.
actually caught.
Whoa.
See?
What up, yo?
What's
The
happening?
Nick, we haven't seen you in a minute, man. How are you,
and
sir?
If I stretch out my legs,
Doing good. How y'all doing?
similar
Great. Fine.
to
We're
the
Just
Hey,
same-
hold on. Wait. Question for
But
Nick,
I'm
because
not sure
Nick and
how
I
you'll
did
be able
talk
to
a
reach
couple years
inside
ago about
without this part
we were talking about watching
opening
Prices
up.
Right when you were sick home from school and you were
Hell
having
yeah.
a bunch of. So we're talking about what was your go-to fake sick routine?
with
What
that,
did you
you
do,
have
or what methods did you have?
304
What ailments did you make up to stay home from school? If you had any good ones.
I
It
mean,
has good
the
grip.
headache was always the
For
go-to,
this
man. Like,
particular car,
That's
this is
because you
That was
can't
just-
prove that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, it was just always headache.
I
Damn. All
worked in
right.
the army too, man.
I think I need.
Oh, my back hurts.
rigid. However, on the G70, these
You know, we used to
How
have
y'all
a-
doing tonight, man? I didn't mean to. I mean, I don't want to stop the conversation.
Nah, we ain't.
Okay.
We're just talking.
And the
man.
leather is very smooth,
Relaxing.
and it's a higher quality leather that they use.
Sean
Going
is
back
teaching us
to
about
the
green
buttons,
stamps.
of course
What
you
is it? Eston.
I know you
Eston-
remember green stamps. You might not be
Oh.
old enough.
I don't quite remember green stamps. I know
with
what
the
they are,
numbers
but I don't
here
quite
on the
remember.
speedometer,
You guys are
that I
disappointing
think
me, dude.
No, looking at him.
I'm
okay,
I'm an 82 baby.
Oh yeah, that's
82.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about 1983.
this is
Nick
one of
was
the
one.
highest ones that I've seen these days, especially with
Oh man. But you're still an 80s kid. I mean, even though you did grow up in the 80s, obviously born in the 80s. But,
is that on the steering
yeah,
wheel.
when we were kind of taking a
On
little trip
the home
down
cover,
nostalgia
you
lane,
have
talking about
this
where
covered
technology's
in
going, where
leather.
So here,
And
man,
then
great question.
you
for
also
Nick.
have these
The
knobs
metaverse.
that
we were
are
talking
toggle
about Nick,
type
Sean
and the
had a
touch
good
type
point
HVAC
about
system,
metaverse
which
being
is
a little
also
more exploratory
quite-
when you were stuck at home with the whole COVID
It's quite responsive.
restrictions and everybody's city or town they lived in. Metaverse. What have you heard about it lately, or what's going on with the metaverse at large?
I mean, it's still building, right? The big thing about quote unquote the metaverse is VR, and that's
Let's
really
compare this
where
BMW 3
a lot
Series
of
to this
people,
Genesis
kind of
G70.
bought into
Under the
whole
hood of the
metaverse
BMW,
thing
we have a
was all in the
turbocharged
VR
3-liter
space.
inline six, putting
The
out
problem is
382
still
horsepower and
cost of
369
entry,
pound-feet of torque.
for
Whereas
the
under the hood of the
equipment,
Genesis,
you
we
know,
have a
it's
twin-turbo
cost prohibitive
3.3-liter
for
V6
a
putting
lot
out
of people out there.
365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of
You've
torque.
got that issue that
Now, when it comes to
still
style, the
exists.
BMW is super angular,
There's
whereas
still people
everything's more
building.
rounded
There's still
off with the
active
Genesis.
environments.
Now, the wheels here on the
There's
BMW
still,
are
you know,
pretty cool and
plenty of
complex,
metaverse,
whereas they've gone for more
you know,
simplistic design with the
Decentraland kind of
Genesis.
stuff
Now, here's a
going
quick
on
look at
out
the
there, but,
BMW cockpit with that
I
big
think
old hyper screen.
with
And then
with
here's a look
everything
at the
going on
cockpit for
in
the
crypto
Genesis.
space, there's been a lot of
Subscribe
people
for the
that
full
stepped
comparison.
back from
Let's compare the
doing
I've
those
used a
things
Genesis
right now just in
GV70
a
electric,
watcher
and
position,
Genesis is
right?
so nice.
Making sure
This
that,
car
you
has
know,
matte
as
gray
those
paint from the factory.
regulatory
You get these
issues
stacked headlights,
and with
and
the
because it's
regulations
electric, you have a
themselves
flat
start to
grill
kind of
with
materialize
charge port. You also get these gorgeous
through
wheels with Michelin tires.
the
And if
various
someone ever
lawsuits and stuff
parks
that's going on
obnoxiously
right now,
close to you, I can
right?
get out of the spot just using my key.
People are starting, you know, kind of leery about how to approach it. The technology there technology's not going anywhere. The technology's going to continue. It's funny. The site that I used to buy my very first Bitcoin in person, right? There used to be a platform that you could actually find people in your local area that you could go and buy Bitcoin from. That was how I had to buy my first Bitcoin. But that was in January of 2013. I actually found that record just recently. So that was that was the very first time that I bought in on Bitcoin. And
When your parents
things
ask,
have
"Where's all
just
your money?"
changed so much from that.
This is the
point
new
to
G70
now,
by Genesis.
let
It
alone
makes
talking about going all the way
365
back into the
horsepower,
80s and the
all-wheel
90s,
drive, insane
so-
Brembos on this
But
thing. Look at
I mean,
that.
the
And
metaverse as
interior
the
is
technology
just
goes, it's
epic.
continuing to
Look at
go.
this thing.
There's still people that are building the
Dude,
infrastructure,
so
building kind of
cool.
the experiences
Paddle
and
shifters
things like
back
that,
here,
laying the
and then on the
groundwork
back
really
right here, check
what's
this
going
out.
to come in 3,
Super
5,
sweet interior, quilted
10
leather right
years,
here, panoramic
that
roof.
are going to be
that's
foundational
kind of basic
pieces
these days,
and
but
things
the
that
color
aren't,
is cool because this is a
aren't
matte
even
gray.
considered
It's not wrapped, all right?
questioning
And then
of
the best
whether
part of
they're
this
being
car, I
used
think,
or
is a
not.
taillight. Look at this
In the
thing.
future,
It looks so good,
they're
dude.
they're
When
just
your
being
parents
quiet
ask,
and building.
"Where's all your money?"
So
This is the new.
It's a hurdle with the cost of the equipment ultimately for the end user. That's the biggest thing about metaverse. I think AR is gonna play a bigger role than VR
I
is.
agree.
Huh.
The first Bitcoin, what was that? MySpace? You hook up with somebody on.
Man, it was
Like,
absolutely,
That's how
dude.
it started. Yeah, that's
This
really
was
neat.
the Angel Fire days, baby.
Angel Fire. Okay, now I know what
Angel
that is.
Fire. Wait a minute. Is that like Prodigy type? Or
Prodigy, baby, and Juno. That's not quite that old,
Prodigy.net.
but I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Juno.
You know,
I
You
still
don't
bug
know?
it. Funny
You
how-
don't know?
I was talking to my wife that used to get the internet on CDs.
Yep.
She's like,
What?
Like, no, you didn't. Yes, you did.
God, mail.
What's the internet on
Yeah.
CD?
I got them on 3 1/4 discs even.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, we used to have a place here in local to the Chicago. Well, I'm not in Chicago anymore, but local to the Chicago area when I was growing up, called Egghead Software, and you would walk in and they would have this wall of 3 1/2 discs with like written out labels on them for software, and that's how I used to buy computer games.
Wow.
That's akin to the old cassette tape that you made for your
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
for your
Mixtape.
sweetheart back in the day.
Jazz
Which
drives.
FYI,
Jazz drives with reel-to-reel
Oh my gosh,
actual.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Iomega.
Then you had the Iomega zip disk.
That was 100 megabytes. Remember
100
that?
megs,
It
baby.
was
Yep.
huge.
Like, whoa. My first
Mass
my
storage.
first MP3 player was this big hard drive with like 4 rubber corners. And it skipped when you dropped it. I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
Bro,
was
the
called
Zune.
It was called an iPod.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Man.
I didn't
Dude,
know
I rocked
iPod,
I rocked the
I'm
Zune
kidding.
for so
The
long
Zune.
because I was so anti-iPod. I
That
even
was the
had-
Microsoft version of iPod, right?
Yeah, dude, I even had the Halo edition Zune.
My friend of mine swears by the Zune. He said it was 10 times better than the iPod.
Bro, I loved the
Sound
Zune.
quality and everything. Yep.
I loved it.
He also
Still
told me
got it.
Betamax had, which I believe him too. He said Betamax had the better quality, but just didn't catch on like VHS.
Oh, I don't doubt that, man.
You know the funny thing, another
Porn jumped on the VHS bandwagon, and that was the end of it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's all it took, right?
I mean,
Blu-ray.
Isn't that what
yeah.
isn't that what everything follows?
That's basically what selects the next digital media format.
Wow.
Working the road.
Arcos
Yeah.
jukebox. That's
You know,
what
so I got to tie this back in about my damn green stamps.
Yeah.
Green stamps was actually one of the first customer rewards programs, and so many people since that time have actually copied what they did. It was a thing to bring vendors or to bring people in as a rewards thing, and we still do that today.
Is that like Groupon?
1896.
Is that the
1896 is when
Groupon
green
and the-
stamps actually
and the-
started. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, nowadays it's really not. But you used to collect the stamps, right? That each one of the vendors would give you, and then you got a discount or whatever the case might have been, if you were loyal to that particular vendor. And we used to have books of those things, man. They came in different denominations, and it was just I forget the company. I was S&H. Let me go look. Sperry and Hutchison. Sperry and Hutchison. That's what it was.
That's
And
what I
during
found.
during the 30s, when people were like literally dirt poor, those green stamps were like a thing, man.
Hell yeah.
Really?
It was a thing. Customer loyalty and rewards. Everybody had the sign. Yeah, it looked just like the stamp, like on the outside of the store. We take green stamps, or you get your green stamps here, whatever. Anyway, the history of customer rewards programs. We're having a conversation today about kind of in-game economies and what levels to set things at, whatever. It kind of, I don't know, it spurred that really old memory because I was I grew up in the 70s and 80s and whatever else, but they stopped in 1980. But that's literally 100. It's kind of almost 100-year customer rewards program. Think about that today.
That's wild.
I mean, people were loyal, dude. It's just if you can design something like that, something that people will remain brand loyal to, from the time they're a kid until they're well into their elder years. That's something, man. Impressive. Anyway,
that's awesome. No. That's. I'm glad you brought that up. Because now, I mean, I still don't quite remember, but I got a feeling I do know once I start thinking about this a little bit more. S&H, right? S&H green stamps.
Yeah, now everybody in the whole world's going to go read about green stamps. Somebody's going to.
All the billions and billions that are watching now, forget it.
Somebody's going to start it up.
There's a good couple over there on Twitch checking us out right now. So
we can't get anybody to jump in the chat with us, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, people get shy.
Stage fright. Stage fright, I get it. So what else? What is okay, I'm going to ask, this just pains me to ask, but what about the new Apple headset?
Ooh,
oh my God, what are you showing Armando?
that was my Arcos jukebox.
Jukebox.
I had in the day.
Arcos jukebox, yeah.
This thing kept skipping. I was on a treadmill. I'm like, I was just running on a treadmill. Thing skipped.
That was the Discman that replaced the Walkman.
Hell yes, man.
I miss this thing. I'm like,
I actually still have a Walkman.
I do too.
I still have a Walkman. I actually have cassette tapes still.
What?
Oh man, okay. Hold on, I got a funny curveball to throw you guys.
Maxell.
When you tried to go cheap with your CD player, it was the CD player that had the cassette with the wire. It wasn't a real. I mean, it wasn't an actual.
You put it in your
tape.
Yes.
It was a cassette.
Yeah.
I don't know what was inside of it, but you'd put it in your tape deck to convert that tape deck into a CD player.
Yes, because you connected it to the headphone jack.
Yes, that's right. It was like a wire
the headphone jack.
It was real weird.
Yeah, and the step up from that was having the cigarette lighter that had the FM tuner on it.
Yes. I thought that was cutting edge when they came. I'm like, this is it. They're not going to come out with anything above this. This is it, man. That was technology, man. I did not think they were going to ever outdo that.
There you go. There it is. $10, $11 next day. There you go.
Bro, the thing is that thing's still $11.
and they're still selling them.
You know what? Hold on.
It's
guys,
from the RCA store too. Look at that.
I'm gonna blow your mind. What if RCA had like a loyalty program with the green stamps, and you can get this RCA car connecting pack?
What,
dude? That thing has over 3,000 ratings. That
my gosh!
It's been purchased more than that many times. That means that there's more than that many cassette players out there.
And I'll tell you when the latest review was. I forgot to check. The latest review.
I had a couple.
March 2023. Someone bought it in March 2023.
Dog. That's to go into that 1996 Dodge Stealth, bro.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
State of the art.
or
the high level.
that '94 Trans Am WS6 Firebird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Did anyone of you guys own an IROC Z? Did anyone
Dude,
have-
the box Chevy. I have a '92 that's a project car.
Ooh. Was
You
that
have
the
an
one
IROC?
your boy was digging out?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That was
That's
like
a-
unearthing some gold
Z28.
there, man. That was awesome. Oh, that's funny, man.
You know, it's funny generationally. The cars in the '70s were just not as cool as the cars in the '60s, and it goes with every generation. I think the '60s were the standard for muscle cars, at
Yeah.
least in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion. But you get to the '70s. I own a '76 Mustang that I've had for many, many
Oh,
years.
yes.
Everybody hates that car. That was the worst car. You know what I mean? Because it was the gas crisis lines, and then everybody detuned all those hot rods that they had so they could get a couple more miles to the gallon, kind of a thing. And it's like now when I look at that car, I'm like, that's marginally cool. It could be a lot cooler. And then make some really cool body kits, and now all the instruments and stuff you can put in them to make them, you know, cutting edge digital, Coyote motors, things like that.
Dude,
like
I think that's,
one day.
I think that's generational though too.
That is.
Because in all honesty, right, I love the early '90s cars because that was the age right before I started driving, right? So that was when I started actually caring about cars.
Yep.
And those are
Mustang.
The
yes,
interior of
man.
an Infinity
You know,
is thoughtfully designed.
that's why I literally just named off 2 mid-90s cars. You know, like that's a 1992 Countach that was on my wall.
Everybody
Still
had
on
that
my
their
wall.
Exactly.
That,
You know,
that
that's
is
why they brought it back.
And the funny thing, the claim to fame for the '76 Mustang is that was the Farrah Fawcett car. There was a picture of her sitting on the hood of that thing.
Yes.
And it actually is on the box of the Hot Wheel, which now I'm going to be a geek like Eric is with his Star Wars, man. I was a Hot Wheels geek.
Hell yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Even today.
Hell yeah, man.
Hot Wheel.
Oh,
And
I'm
the
looking at
funny
the
thing
Farrah
about
Fawcett photo right now. Wow.
yeah, she was something. God bless her.
Oh,
May she
fair.
rest in peace.
I got a screen. I got quickly. Sorry, since I'm a sci-fi guy, there's a film I forgot about. I don't know if you guys had ever seen it.
No way, Eric.
It was with Farrah. It was a strange cast. It was only like 3. The main characters were 3 people. It was Kirk Douglas, Farrah Fawcett, and Harvey Keitel. Saturn 3 came out like in the mid '80s or early '80s. And it was kind of when Star Wars got big, everybody was sort of trying to cash in on the whole, big opera, sci-fi film kind of thing. And I had a thing for her in that movie, and then after that, it was just that was it. It was between her, Linda Carter, and Carrie Fisher. So.
Bro, Weird Science. Do I have to say anything else?
Oh, yeah. All right. Touche.
I'll wear a bra on my head all day.
I think Weird Science created more computer geeks than any other movie in history, other than Hackers.
Show your friends.
Yeah,
How
right.
about War
What
Games?
about sneakers,
War Games
man?
was good.
Sneakers. Yep. Everybody was like, "You mean I can get one of those boxes and Kelly LeBrock will walk out of my closet?" I'm on it, bro.
She was, she's fantastic.
Look, Nick is looking it
Another
up
great
right
one.
now.
Filmed in our hometown, me and Nick, Chicago.
Yeah.
And home Chicagoland. It was Wilmette or one of the North Shore suburbs. God, I haven't seen that movie in a minute. You can't even take a shower with a beautiful woman without wearing your jeans.
Armando, I appreciate that.
You can get it at Walmart. You're a Walmart shopper. There you go.
There you go.
I got it all, dude. Those product. It's interesting though when you look at the products over time. What has lasted? I think generationally you see that churn. My kids want to be '80s kids because why? Because they heard '80s music the whole time they were growing up and little. Yep. It's funny, like bell bottoms. Who in the hell thought bell bottoms would ever come back?
You're kidding.
All those jeans I threw away with the holes in because I was embarrassed to wear them when I was a kid.
Now it's stylized.
now people pay for those.
Yep. A friend of mine posted on Facebook recently, and not that I don't know if they went away completely, but everyone's on this. At least it seems like that. I don't know if it has something to do with the film, but the Jordans, the fucking Air Jordans.
Huge.
Everybody's wearing them again, and they're a lot of money. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, man. Yo, Keaton wore Jordans underneath his
Yep.
Batman suit.
I saw that. It was the first thing in my Facebook feed this
Yeah.
morning, and then I told my buddy, I go,
They
hey,
were, they were custom made Jordans
Yep.
for the Keaton Batman suit.
Yep. So the black, I always thought they were black boots, but they were black Jordans.
Yo,
kidding.
so
Really?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Take a
Nick
look
Wright,
at
it
it.
was on Facebook this morning.
So another random obscure thing. Have anyone here I know there's some cinephiles here. That means movie people for those on the channel that have dirty minds. Have any of you ever heard of the movie Tiptoes?
No.
Tiptoes?
Tiptoes. Okay. I know that a couple of you are looking it up right now.
I'm looking it up
Okay.
right now.
This movie came out in 2003, but I don't know how it hasn't made the waves. But this randomly came up in one of my various internet, wanderings. But anyway, so Matthew McConaughey, right, is playing the main character, and he's a full-size person, right? And he's engaged to pregnant Kate Beckinsale, okay? And they're going to meet Matthew McConaughey's family for the first time, and his entire family, except for him, he's the only one, is little people.
How much in the preview?
No, I've never heard of this one.
Okay, you had me at Kate Beckinsale, but now I'm morbidly curious.
I love Matthew McConaughey.
Dude, I don't know how this movie.
I think preview for that like about 2 weeks ago. It's funny. I didn't recognize the name, but I started talking about the movie. Like exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. I'm on that tonight, dude.
I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing because of the characters. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of the situation.
But yeah, so like, and it's not like any of the main actors and actresses are like no names in this movie.
It's Kate Beckinsale. No, there's a lot of good. Yeah, it's oh my gosh.
Gary Oldman's in this.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman plays a little person.
How does he do that? That's what I.
Wow.
Let's see if there was any
gosh.
critical. Was it critically acclaimed?
Now, is the baby that they're gonna have with Kate Beckinsale going to be little? Because he has the gene.
Well, that's the whole thing that she freaks out with, and it's a comedy. So
this has gotta be. How is this not like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something?
Dude,
I'm on it. I gotta watch it. I like both those actors.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Gotta go watch it now.
I've never heard of this movie. It's wild.
Bro, that's how deep in the internet I live.
I guess you were, dude. You were.
That's going. That's going pretty deep. One of my on topic, but slightly off, not about movies necessarily. But man, we have a group text thread with a couple guys that we play in a band with, and man, does it get crazy. Like we try to outdo each other. I usually this is something I actually lose. This little game we play. We try to find the weirdest stuff you find on YouTube or TikTok or whatnot. And it's so funny because the more bizarre stuff I watch is the more immune I'm becoming or more desensitized to it. So when I watch something, it's got to really be wild and crazy and off the wall to get into it. Like Tim and Eric, awesome show.
Yes,
like that really wild and that brand of comedy, which I love and I get. And some people watch it, they're like, I don't get it. And like, yeah, you gotta be weird. You have to just like the weird stuff you do in your house when no one's around. You know what I mean? You'll just do some really weird,
dude.
Whatever. God knows what. You'll be singing something really strange off the wall that's not even comprehensible and like that kind of stuff. So,
dude, that's like the Mighty Boosh.
I don't know what's that one.
Oh, bro.
All right.
That's old Greg. The clip Old Greg.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I can't think of what the name of the comedian is. He's a famous British comedian, but it's old school British comedy. But it's like the weird, It's like a mixture of Benny Hill and Monty Python with a little bit of LSD.
Benny Hill. I used to watch those the Channel 11 and the
Yes,
Fawlty
yeah,
Towers,
man.
Monty Python, Doctor Who. Yeah.
That was called UPN, Channel 9. Late night.
Hey, man.
Oh yeah, that was some of the best stuff.
I gotta put a shout out to this gentleman right here. I don't know if y'all saw this video out on YouTube.
No.
Yeah. Look at that stud.
And even in this day and age, he's got the old school Ranger hat on there. You see that? he's one of our characters in the game.
Oh, is he?
Hard
as
as
Rick, man.
He is hard
I'm
as
always Rick.
woodpecker lips. I mean, you just gotta love it. He's making the cameraman swim for it, bro. Anyway, I just yeah, he's one of those guys. That's my personal hero. So
that's awesome, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I had to show that off a little bit, man. Oh, Rick, God bless you wherever you're at, Richard.
The old road bridge.
Shout out to you, sir.
Old school road bridge, you bet. Still getting it done now. That is the U.S. Army Ranger School, by the way. So,
yep.
Happy birthday!
Since it is the Army's birthday, Dan.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
happy
man.
birthday.
Ranger lead the way, right?
So yeah, I mean, as long as we're talking game, I mean, we got the internal alpha going on, the private alpha. If there's people out there that are interested in getting involved with that private alpha, shoot us a message, send us a DM, hit up Lucas on the old Telegram. Yeah. Let us know, and you might get it in one of those special little private invites to the old private alpha. What else can I hawk? Jump on the withem.co website. We got the pre-orders up there. Get that ultimate package. We got a bunch of cool stuff. You get the ultimate package for $99. You get an extra skin for Sean, an extra skin for Lucas, and a World War II special edition character skin for Rick. You get a machine gun that you can will only be available through the pre-order package. So only those people that get that pre-order ultimate will ever have that MG308. So get in there and get that. Special camo, invite to the beta, all kinds of stuff in there. So yeah, jump. There you go. Yeah.
They might see some, but this is my favorite character personally, but I'm just saying, might be a little biased on that one.
So yeah, no matter what, if you help support us, no matter what level you jump in, you get some cool free stuff. Obviously, the ultimate package there gets you all kinds of goodies inside of the game. So yeah, looks like Sean froze up there.
Oh no.
I think so.
Oh no. He did. Give him 30 seconds because we're nearing the end of our broadcast here.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Sean. You're taking up.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Okay, there we go.
There he is.
I was eating up way too much. Sorry, I let it go.
But yeah, jump on at any level you help support. It supports vets and vet charities. If you're a vet charity out there and you want to get your logo and you want to get your emblem and you want to get some screen time out there, we got a package for you to help support us and we will help support you by getting your logo and your image out there. So if you want to get your logo in as one of the in-game emblems, and you want to help support us, help and support vets, you can jump on there and do that on the website. It's everything's super easy. We got a lot of stuff that's going on in there. A lot of testing at this phase. I held off a bunch of creature features and stuff like that will be coming into the beta while we get some of the map tests and things like that done in there. But yeah, send somebody here on the team a message and you might just get that old private invite.
If you're a veteran business, like Nick was saying, give us a call, man. We want this thing to be By vets, for vets, about vets. That's kind of what we're looking for. Anybody can play, obviously, but this is our way to engage with our tribe and the community, and to give back to those who support those who give their life and their time to this thing we call America.
Absolutely. So
that mentions the Army's birthday today.
Yeah.
Hooah! Hooah!
There you go.
America.
We were talking about Hua a little earlier, Nick, and how much some of us actually can't stand it. But it's now just a funny thing, right? If you're a Marine, then that Hua turns into Hoorah. And if you're an Army dude, it's like, don't ever say that in front of me again. Good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Cool.
With them. Come check it out.
Yeah, with them frontlines, with them.co, with them.vet. Share it out there. Help us get out there in front of people. Help us help other people. If there's people that are interested in helping out with the project or any of that stuff, just reach out.
I think we've reached the maximum of our extent.
I think so, and I think I clicked something by accident. Whoops! But thank you very much, Nick, Lucas, Sean, Eric. Always a pleasure. Jimmy, we miss you. I know I miss you a little bit more these weeks when you're not there because I flip out on what you're doing. Why isn't this not working? So I miss those days when we were first trying to get this thing up and running. But to the billions and trillions out there watching us, go check out withthem.co. Help us, help you, help vets. No, help us, help vets.
That's it. There
you go. I was thinking Jerry Maguire for a second and it wasn't working. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Till next week, episode 77. Peace out.
Yep. Awesome.
See ya.
Just kidding. I didn't go away yet. Okay. Take care.
As game developers, OR System wanted to integrate NFT and crypto for large-scale, next-generation gaming. The OR System is a next-generation blockchain community that creates value for content creators, collectors, and studios. OR System makes blockchain simple and accessible to all players, creating a complete gaming ecosystem. Load and integrate NFT into your game to allow players to earn, collect, and take them from one game to another. Learn more at ORSystem.com. OR Systems, forging the future and changing the game.
Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. OR System, OR System. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. OR System, OR System. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 OR users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need OR System, OR System. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. OR System, OR System. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness.